Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video and to share on all your social media networking sites that you happen to be on at this time. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Good evening and welcome back. All right, so let's jump right into the video. So tonight, this is a pretty interesting topic that happened to pop up in the news today that I happened to see as I was looking through YouTube and Facebook and Google, all that good stuff. Okay, so yesterday on BuzzFeed.com, they released a story about R. Kelly. So apparently, R. Kelly is in an alleged sex cult. So it came about, I discovered it through, it's like a Facebook link for a story on TMZ.com. So the alleged victim, Joycelyn Savage, age 21. So Joycelyn, she was on TMZ. It was like a real short clip of interview. Was like maybe a minute and 30 seconds or so. It's a real short clip of and I want to post all the links below, so don't even worry, I got you. If you have not seen any of this craziness, I'm sure by now you've seen it, but if you have not, I'll post all the links below so you can look at everything for yourself. But yeah, so Joycelyn was on TMZ, did an interview with them about, how she was doing now in her experience with R. Kelly and being in his sex cult. So she basically, her response was like starkly different than what most people expected. She said actually she is not in a sex cult. She said that she is fine and she didn't understand why her parents, Tim and Jonjolyn Savage, she did not understand why they came out and did a press conference, because I watched the press conference. The press conference clip was also on TMZ. And it's like 7 minutes and 17 seconds long. It's really interesting. And she talked about it and said that she was kind of upset with them about why they keep coming out here and talking about, she's in this sex cult and she's being held against her will. And she didn't understand why her parents were doing this thing. And she, seemed kind of irritated at them. And so her response was that she kind of cut off communication from her parents and they text her every now and then. And she get the text and she, she said in the video she hadn't talked to them in like the past, I think like 5 or 6 months. So she hadn't really talked to them too much, just kind of been on and off contact. So yeah, she says, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm doing good." And the interviewer asked her like, "Oh, are you still in Atlanta now?" Because Atlanta is actually it's a suburb of Atlanta. I think it's Duluth, Atlanta, where the mansion where R. Kelly is supposed to keep the girls. So she says, well, I don't want to give that information out. Well, she says she's not in Atlanta, but she didn't want to give out the information of her location out. So she was just very secretive towards the end. She didn't want to tell anything about what she was or what she really was doing. But she said, "I'm okay, I'm good. My birthday's in a few days. I'll be 22, but I'm okay, I'm good." Now, in the video, people were saying if you could see in the shadow. I was trying to look for it. I think I'm looking at the video again. They were saying you can see like hand motions, like somebody is signaling to her, trying to tell her what to say and everything, like she's being coached. So a lot of people feel like it was a forced answer, that she's not being truthful, and that, obviously something's going on here that is a little sinister, something, there's some coercion going on in the mix. So, Robert Sylvester Kelly, which is R. Kelly, known to us as the famous R. Kelly, the Pied Piper of R&B. So we all know back in 2002, he was having a video of him sleeping with an underage girl. It was alleged that he, had taped himself, with, numerous times having sex with underage girls. And of course, he went to court, and he was indicted on these charges. Had 21 counts against him. And in 2008, finally, he was acquitted of all the charges. It was a really long trial. Back in 2002, I was still in grade school. So, but I remember this case. I mean, everybody remembers this case. You know, R. Kelly, when you think of him now, like, besides his great music that he puts out, it's, you know, pedophile is like the word that comes to your mind. You think like, oh yeah, yeah, he got accused of that sex trial, but you know. So, unfortunately, that will be as part of his legacy. But anyway, you know, that's the decision he made. So, back in 2008, he was acquitted of these charges. You know, it was a really long, lengthy trial. Finally, he was acquitted. I remember back then just constantly seeing him on TV. I'm like, is he still in court? And I was like, wow, like they have not decided. It took a long time. Finally, they decided to acquit him. So, um, the parents of the victim, Tim and Jonjolyn Savage, they had their press conference. They did the press conference, and it was them and another young lady was there too, who was like, she used to work alone, like kind of be in the inner circles with R. Kelly. And she herself was like, okay, I used to be in this house with the girls and I've seen, you know, up close what he does. And she was saying she saw a lot of behavior she didn't like, what was going on. She didn't agree with it and how he was very controlling. She said she feels like that he kind of, you know, manipulates their mind. He can do that because of his fame, his, you know, his power, his influence, you know, of who he is and his money. And so she thinks that's what he uses against the girls. So she said she just, you know, was there for a little while and decided she couldn't do it anymore. So she decided to leave. I think she was there up until last year. This is what she said in the press conference. And then she finally decides to leave. And so the father was saying that he has evidence because the guy at the press conference kept asking, do you have evidence? Do you have proof? And he said, yeah, we got evidence. It's going to be out in the next 2 to 5 days. We can promise you that. So apparently there were emails and stuff going around. I was looking on another channel, another YouTube channel, and they were saying, apparently this girl, I kept wondering, how in the world did this girl get involved with R. Kelly? Like, why was she talking to R. Kelly? Okay, I kept wondering. The man who was accused of sex, sleeping with an underage girl in 2002. Why in the bleep would her parents allow her to talk to him? Apparently, it was about a record deal. This is, you know, what it was about. She was supposed to be talking to him about music and her career, and the parents, you know, ended up trusting her to go off with him and work with him, you know, musically, and it ended up being something else. You know, he ended up saying, well, you know, we're going to make a hit record, but I really just want to, you know, develop you. And so, of course, that was a sexual thing. Allegedly. This is what it was. And I just couldn't understand, you know. And the thing about a pedophile is, you know, child molesters, they groom the children mentally. So their, you know, their responses are all down. Their fight or flight response. You know, usually the children are going to freeze up and not really know what to do in that moment. They're the common sense response of, oh, why didn't they run? Why didn't they tell anybody? It's going to go out the window. You know, their phone could be right there. They're not going to dial, you know, 911, or there could be a door open. They're not going to run out of it a lot of times because a pedophile knows how to break you down mentally and break you down emotionally to the point where you feel like, you know, you can be looking at the way of escape right there, and they can make you feel like you can't go out that door. You're not going to leave. If you do, you know, so will happen. You know, and they don't have to use a gun or knife, and they know how to, they have mental weapons that they use, you know, with their words, you know, with their actions. They have little things they do to groom you, you know, they have these little techniques they use. And you know, pedophiles, you know, they watch parents, they watch the behaviors of parents of children, they know how to study it. Like a class in college, like of course they study, and they know exactly what to do, you know, and they know what victims to pick as well. I mean, every, you know, pedophile child molester is different, but I mean, nevertheless, they know, based on what brand they like, you know, what kind they like, they know exactly what can I do to get her over here. How do I lure her in? You know, how do I get him? How do I, you know, what can I say? Oh, this is an overweight child, so maybe this, you know, I can use candy, I can use cake, I can use, you know, different little uplifting self-esteem tactics or whatever, like telling this person they're the most beautiful in the world and whatever, and, you know, something like that, for instance. Now, with this young lady, she wanted a career in music. Oh, that's easy, you know. I'm gonna sell her a dream. You're gonna be the biggest platinum star ever. I'm gonna make you just a multi-platinum. You're gonna sell out. You're gonna sell more than Beyonce. You're gonna be like Rihanna. You're gonna whatever. I'm just giving examples, but I'm just saying this might be some of the stuff that he may be saying to these girls, and he gets them in, and they're like, ooh, and all they see is stars. Because a lot of girls that are that age, I mean, they're young and impressionable, and they're looking for, they like the father figure, they like that daddy figure, as he's, you know, as he says, he likes them to call him daddy, and he calls them his babies, you know, and he's this guy's 50 years old, you know, so he's old enough to be a dad. He is a daddy in real life, you know, he has a daughter, you know, but you know, it's just crazy, and the fact that he has a daughter and. You know, he does women like that. If he is doing women like that, this is all alleged. Okay? You know, don't let me convict him if he's not, you know, worth the conviction, you know. But it's just crazy, you know, that he does, that he's that kind of guy, you know. He's a very talented music artist. I love his music, I love his talent, but it's, you know, you know, it's the other side of him. He got these demons here that he needs to deal with, and he has sexually, you know, for sexual perversion and lust demons that he has that are inside of him, and they just go another way. Now, there's nothing wrong with liking sex, enjoying sex. Oh, don't we all? But, you know, in the proper context, meaning if you're a grown person, you shouldn't be sleeping with somebody who's like, you know, 15 to 20 years younger than you or 30 years younger than you. I'm like, you're like 50. Why the hell are you sleeping with somebody who's like 13 or something, you know, and videotaping it? I mean, that's a perversion. That's something like a little bit wrong, you know. I'm like, what's going on here, you know? So I don't understand why the parents didn't think, you know, oh, this is our, and not to blame them, but still, like, kind of put a little responsibility on their part. Like, you are a parent. You got to think there are a lot of pedophiles out here and predators. You got to think, you know, don't get wound up in the star. Oh, this is R. Kelly. So, this is R. Kelly, the one who you know, supposedly married Aaliyah, and then the marriage was annulled, you know, after her parents found out. I mean, the one who, you know, messed around with other women he worked with. The one who was had 22 counts, was 21 counts of child, you know, pornography and, you know, child sexual abuse against him, and then, you know, got later acquitted. The charges were acquitted. Yeah, that R. Kelly. But you're trusting your daughter with him. You know, so these are just things that, you know, not thinking as a parent, why would you send your kid off if they sent their daughter off with him? I'm like, you know, because she got connected with him in some kind of way. How did Joycelyn get connected with R. Kelly? You know, why is she there? You know, I do believe it started from a music deal gone wrong, and then now your daughter is trapped. Now, the family was saying she went off to college, and her sister talked to the press conference as well, saying when Joycelyn went off to college, everything changed. Everything changed. So I think it started there. The girl went to college, went off to college, and I don't know. I think she maybe met him somehow, you know. And I think it started with music. I know it started with music because I think that's R. Kelly. That's the heart of R. Kelly is music. He loves music, guys, and musical genius. We all know that. That goes without saying. So I think that it started musically. I do think it started music. I think that's his ploy. He gets women, you know, musically. You know, so I don't know. I think possibly. I just think that music is involved somehow, you know, or some kind of dream of stardom or something. You know, either they have a dream of music or he uses the fact that he is in music and he is who he is as R. Kelly to get them in. But music is involved in some kind of way or the other. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. But yeah, so there were 6 women mentioned in the BuzzFeed article, ages 18, 19, 25, 26, and 31, who supposedly was in this house. So he calls them his babies, they call him daddy, and they must ask permission to leave the Chicago recording studio or their assigned rooms in his mansion in the suburb of Atlanta. That's the story. That's the mansion I mentioned earlier. So they have to ask this guy to almost breathe. Can I breathe? You know, they gotta ask him like, can I go pee? Can I go take a shower? Can I eat? Like our basic human function, they have to ask him. I mean, what crap, right? So the story quotes his former personal assistant, who says Kelly, who's 50 years old, is a puppet master, and that he's been romantically involved with the women. Linda Minch, Kelly's attorney, provided a statement on Monday denying the allegations, of course. Timothy and Jonjolyn Savage, the parents, believe their daughter was coerced on the video interview, and she's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, and she's also brainwashed, which I don't deny. I think definitely from looking at her, I could tell just from looking at her response, I feel like um, there's some coercion going on there. I think that there definitely something is wrong with the girl. I feel like no, everything is not all right with her all of a sudden, especially if she won't talk to her mother and father. Because, like, I mean, that's odd. Like, how come you won't talk to your mom and daddy? You can get on TMZ and talk about I'm okay and talk to the world, a stranger you don't know and don't really care about you, but you can't talk to your mother and father who keep texting your phone. Like, I just feel like when somebody has been, and if she was in this situation with R. Kelly and whatever, I mean, whatever the situation was, the first people that you're going to run to and talk to after the situation ends is your mother and your father. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was me, and R. Kelly had took me all somewhere, and I'm there in this house, and then finally I decided I'm going to leave where he lets me go. The first person I want to see is my mother, and my brother, my grandmother. Why the bleep? As soon as I get home to a phone, a cell phone, or a pay phone, or whatever it is, whatever kind of phone, or internet, Wi-Fi, so I can send an email, I'm contacting my mother. Like, I don't understand why she would say I'm pissed at my parents for coming out here, talking about, I'm, whatever, I'm trapped in this house and I'm brainwashed or whatever. Like, she was like, her anger turned towards the people who love her. So what does that say? There's something awful here mentally. So I think the girl is going through it. Let's pray that she get better and, really, really come back to herself so that she can get the bleep away from whoever she's with, because I feel like she's not completely safe here. She's not completely all there 100%. You can tell that from watching the video clip. So, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to come in this evening and talk about this topic because it's been buzzing all over. It started on BuzzFeed and it's been buzzing all over the web. So yeah. So what are your thoughts? I mean, what do you guys, have to say about it? Or what do you think about? Do you really think she's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, or that she really is okay? And she really is pissed at her parents, and do you think it's justified? What do you think what do you think about R. Kelly? Like, what is, what's going on there? Like, what do you think about that? Does this surprise you, or not really? I wasn't surprised about. I wouldn't put it past them. But anyway, you guys have a great and wonderful rest of your week and a blessed night. And I will see you guys later. Bye.